let's talk about this beautiful character you're playing in a Man Soos My Pa. It's not an easy role to play, but you managed to bring it across so with such kindness, because it's a character that is just, it's such a desperate situation.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's always important to find the positive. As an actor, it's my job to find the positive, the goal of the character. Otherwise, the character becomes a victim and nobody wants to watch a victim. And Sandra and I worked really extensively on, especially on the background of the character, what drives her, what are her goals, what are her intentions, and of course mannerisms. And her goals are always positive.
Was it difficult for you as an actress, specifically the scenes in the beginning of the story with just wanting to take your son out for his birthday and ending up with the pigeons? I mean, was it quite difficult for you as an actress to actually bring that across so beautifully?
I wouldn't say it was difficult. I was quite surprised by my own emotional reactions. The love, because I really worked on my own on the background of the character and how she feels about her husband and how she feels about her little boy, and what the character really wants is a happy family. And to see the disappointment in a child, that really got me. And I had to rein in the emotions, otherwise it can become too much. Yeah.
Okay.
But Niels is so wonderful to play off with. And in the end, acting is listening.
Yeah.
With all senses.
But it's also that beautiful, acting in silence. That beautiful silent moment, of observing what's happening and realizing that the only thing you can do is to just be there and not run away from it.
Exactly. And I think Sean, he wrote the roles of women so beautifully, because they play a big part in society. They are the nurturers and the carers, the silent heroes. The silent heroes.
Absolutely. Do you think women, or even women, will look at their husbands differently, just as husbands will look at their wives and their mothers differently by watching this story? And not just take them for granted, for instance.
What I hope is that it brings a different perspective. Because we all have a choice. It can bring and what I mean by that is that everybody has a story, and not to judge people. And if you can place yourself in somebody else's shoes, that can bring kindness and understanding. Could it been very easy for Naki to resent her husband? But there's a lot of feelings of guilt because he gave up his dreams for her.
Okay. How did you relate to Naki, playing her?
As a woman, the nurture. Because I'm very blessed that I grew up in a very happy family. And I know that my dad, since he was a little boy, he knew that he wanted to have a happy family no matter what it costs. And I could relate to that because of my dad.
And from your childhood, or?
Because I know a little bit of my dad's background.
So it was more from your dad's background?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was always very naive that I thought, because we have a very close-knit family and very tight and I had a really happy childhood. And it was only later, when I was older, that I realized that we were the exception to the rule. And that's very important.
Okay. What for you was the most important scene in the film that meant the most to you?
I would say the scene in the bathroom. As an actor's point of view, I think
without giving too much away.
Yeah, without giving too much away.
I mean, that is just you get to know the characters so well, and then she does that, which is just heartbreaking but also shocking at the same time.
Because a lot of her own background comes out there that Sandra and I spoke about, and she just thinks she does the right thing, and I had to focus on that the whole time
Without losing control.
without losing control.
Having that absolute control, you know, and just almost as if it's the most natural thing in the world, because you are yeah.
I think the golden word that you use there is control, because for the first time in her life, she took control back. Yeah, and it's a very, very pivotal moment for the character, because it's so outside of her comfort zone.
Was it a difficult scene to film for you? Was it quite traumatic for you, or was
But I won't say it was traumatic, because I always focus on the positive aside of scenes like that, because she wanted, it was her healing for herself, healing for the world. She just thought that she's making the world a better place. So as an actor, that's what I focused on. Yeah.
and it's that positive energy that actually brings new life.
I hope so. Yeah, because otherwise a character becomes a victim, and nobody wants to watch a victim.
Absolutely.
Yeah.